Are we live? Refresh, go live on Instagram as well. Man, that's gonna be interesting because I'm live streaming using my phone hotspot. Live, let's see. There we go. Okay, great. This is working. X. Instagram should be working too. And then finally, oh, not finally, but YouTube as well. Everywhere. Nice. Okay, we got this, we got all right, there we are. All right, let me know if it's lagging. I don't know if I have to keep this open or not. Let me just minimize that. This one for Instagram, right? Let me know on Instagram if it's lagging or anywhere else. I would like to know because it's hard for me to check. And all right, what are we gonna do today? Here I can show what we're having so far. So this is VanLifeCompass wish kit. We don't need that. Let's run it and see what we got. Profile. Home. Okay, look at this. So you start the app and then you have an onboarding going. Oh look, even the Zoom is going already. Nice. Eamon was working on this onboarding and every time you go, it zooms more. Couldn't continue, please enter value. Okay, enter code here. Let's say Eamon, right? Continues, no image named, found an asset catalog. And then any friend of Martin is a friend of ours. What should we call you? This should be the username, I think. Username, but I see that the input field is persist with something and then goal. There you go. See how it's completely zoomed out? And then let's go. Once you're here, when you log out, nothing happens. Oh, okay. Right, because you have the logout should actually show the where's the onboarding? This is the onboarding. Let's fix all the indentation to, sorry Eamon, I'm just fixing all the indentation to 4 spaces. I forgot to mention that. I think Eamon and I were working together on this project and he has 2 spaces set. I just fixed all the indentation and then I also want to fix that really quick because I like it like that. It's more consistent with the code base currently. We have it like this everywhere. That's why I'm just changing that right now. And then we have models. Okay. Let me check, is anybody noticing any delays in the stream or choppiness? Let me know because I'm streaming to like 4 platforms at once, which is Instagram, Twitter or X, YouTube and Twitch. And I'm streaming it all from my phone. Okay. I'm gonna let Eamon work on the onboarding page. Oh wait. Onboarding page. See, we got all of this going on too. This is binding. Where are we using that? Page entry point on primary, and then let me do this. Pin it. Page entry value on primary. How do we like it? I think, do we like the I think the order would be consistent if we keep it like this. Annotated properties first, and then not annotated ones, and not annotated ones can be together for readability. If we run it now, we might get an error for the order here, which is fine. We can do this, just reordering. Should still run. Okay, it's coming up, and then I want to know onboarding flow view. See, we got some more. Temporary to test onboarding. We will not toggle onboarding until it's done. So authentication anymore right now in place. Let me just see if I can let Eamon know really quick. Yeah, I want to let him know really quick. Hey, something I forgot to mention. I started using 4 spaces in the entire code base, and I hope you don't mind if we continue using 4 spaces. I reformatted your code, but let me know what you think. Just thinking of choosing one and being consistent. I'm sending you this message live. There you go. Oi, whoops. I'm even saying there you go. Hey, something I forgot to mention. I started using the spaces in the entire code base, and I hope you don't mind if we continue using 4 spaces. I reformatted all code. I'm being consistent, don't really mind which way. PS. Bam. Okay, sent. Let's see. Now, okay, what are we working on? We don't need to work on the front end at all right now. There's one thing I did want to do. Oh yeah, I wanted to check the models because he has set. Is it in my code? This is my model. What about the user? Do we have user profile? Profile view? No. Sign up? Nothing in there. We can delete that. Eamon feature. Index access. Cool. Models tab. There we go. There we go. That's what he has created to align on the model. So nice. So we were talking about that on sign up. He sent it. So for example, it could be like this. Oh. Nope. Nope. Comma separated, for example, like this. So he's sending that, then that registers a user, but we need the invite code as well. Oh, nice. He even came up already with some images for the goals and activities. Cool. Right? People who like to live in a van, and people who like to travel and who want to connect with other people who do the same thing. And then when you download the app, what is it that you want? What is your goal with the app? It could be just browsing, or you want to meet people, or dating and love, or both things, or co-work, learn or share skills, help or support. There's a lot of goals actually. But yeah, sure, we can still and need invite code. I need the invite code to during sign up to validate that this one, and then invalidate the invite code. So we're focusing, we're gonna be focusing on just, let's see here, status, git add. Actually, let me ask my Codex here. I'm gonna go into this project, VanLifeCompass. Just pick anything. You know what I did? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Scan the entire code base and double check it follows the all the coding guidelines, and if not, update the code base accordingly so it does follow all coding guidelines. Why do I say all? Because I have two. I have Swiftly put their annotated properties and things like that, but I figure right now that this could also be Swift generic coding guidelines, and then we have Swift, and which is awesome. I know it's not a big deal, but stick to this, even if it's over anything else that would, where was it? See, invite code service, an indication of what this file is doing. So let's do here. Planning to add blank lines between consecutive published properties. See, for clarity, change entry values and error messages to private set and provide explicit setter methods. Exactly. Then I would like to know what it found, because I might have missed some things. Because here we don't like, in general, implicit get and set on properties. I'm not sure if that's going to be here, for example. And then you want to set stuff explicitly. So Codex is still thinking. The plan is to split enums and types like version and API result into their own files and stuff up here, struct and enum. So they should have an old file. Great, it will enforce the coding guidelines I introduced myself on myself, because I copy and pasted that only. It even says created by Eamon, but you see it's from 2023. Let's see what Codex is going to do here. Happening here and maybe anywhere else as well. Eamon, I wonder if you're live right. So I'm going to switch to the backend in a moment, and what we're going to do is we don't have VanLifeCompass.com live right now. Right now it's on GoDaddy doing nothing, and we're going to set up Heroku. We're going to deploy a backend to Heroku. We are going to, I think we're going to update the name records on Cloudflare to point to Heroku and resolve properly and also forward properly. So we have HTTPS www.VanCompass App VanLifeCompass.com. You know, when you type in VanLifeCompass.com, that basically domain to www, and also upgrade to HTTPS in case you did HTTP. So all the good stuff right there. What did I do recently that's the same? Oh yeah, I did the same for read markdown. So read markdown, I just enter this and it will automatically resolve to HTTPS. Then it goes to HTTPS. What if I just do HTTP? Then it goes to HTTPS. Awesome. Yeah. So it forces you to HTTPS even if you wanted to do HTTP. What I haven't done yet is, for example, the same thing for WishKit. WishKit right now, actually WishKit.io does resolve to www, as you can see, from normal to W. Is that going to work? No, HTTPS, for example, does not work on this one. HTTP does, and it does allow HTTP and says not secure. I don't like that. So I have to change that for WishKit as well. But, just typing in a WishKit like this will resolve to the proper www address with HTTPS, but this is on name domain recently, a year or two ago. WishKit.io. That's where I have my WishKit.io domain hosted. And I have two that's being used by hundreds of businesses, and I don't want to just fiddle around without a proper plan and have them have downtime for too long. Mono NZ, hey yo, what's up? How's it going? What are we up to? I wanted to checking app entry point location. We can open up our backend already just to see VanLifeCompass API is not here. Open. Let's do this. VanLifeCompass backend. I don't have it. Wait, I don't have it. Wait, we don't. Oh, we don't have any set up yet. We have the repository, but there's nothing in there yet. We didn't do anything there yet. Okay, starting from scratch, that's fine. Starting onboarding page model. Oh, interesting what it tries to do here. Does it mean because there's no view model? Entry model, config model, button model, onboarding models. Maybe it's gonna move it into its own title, subtitle, detail, image, button, entry, and then we have onboarding entry model. That's that. Placeholder, key, keyboard. Onboarding keyboard. Onboarding keyboard. What is that? Default email address number fit. Oh, I see. Abstracted away in that case. So whichever. All right. I'll be curious. This is all Codex doing right now. Codex is fiddling around here. I still don't see the model. Updating onboarding flow view model files. Yeah, see? Model. Updating onboarding flow view model files. Yeah, see? Planning to rename the existing onboarding config loader service. So then doing that stuff for you. I don't like the space up here. We don't need the new line, but my skill currently is kind of suggesting it because of enums. I have an enum specification where it says, oh, there's gotta be space, new lines between properties. Oh, Eamon, by the way, responded and says like need to, for him it's 9 hours ahead. So right now it's like 7 a.m., 6:52 a.m. for him. So I'm surprised he was able to read it, but he's like, he's responding need to the reformatting for consistency, and see, he says hi Twitch, X, and YouTube. So in case you are not around on Twitter, you can definitely check out Eamon. I follow him, and Eamon_UI is his username. Moto says, good. Just taking a moment after doing a big release. Been a while since I've caught your streams. Hey Mono, it's been a while since I've been online or streaming. What's your own project? Feel free to share what kind of release you have been working on right now. Actually, you said after doing a big release. Yeah, sounds like you just did the release. Adding API error reasons up here. Oh, there we go. We have enum API error model. Damn, it's cleaning up a bunch. Okay, for consistency, I like it. An enum for API result is an enum. See the new line in between. API version, yeah, also its own. Of course, I created that. All credit to me. You know, in the beginning, when I first let Codex create that, it would say Codex by me because it's this application can be used by you. You know, you can download this for free on readmarkdown.com, and I want Codex to say created by whoever you are. It might be able to pull it by git config locally. So now it always says that you created it, even though it's old. API result, yeah, is here. You should be cleaning this up. I didn't expect him to do so much right now, but it's good. So it was for work-related UI update, supporting liquid glass. I don't know if you use AI, but he has a glass skill, as far as I know, to have Codex know how to properly implement all the stuff around glass. How do you call that? Glass style? You know, when you group things into the container, if they're like close enough together, elements. Okay, searching for API error references. Jesus, all my context gotta be eaten by that. Okay, now in the meantime, we can. I wonder if we can just copy paste our read markdown backend project, because that one has a nice website going already, a nice structure. I suppose we could do that, and everything else is there too. So for example, go to Finder. Actually, let's clone that. Let's do backend, and then you appear to have an empty. Yes, I know. I know. Wojitao. VanLifeCompass small. Oh, VanLifeCompass big. Is that correct? I think we have it big here as well. I think it's just me. And then read markdown backend like that. The inconsistency. It's also just me. Okay, then I'm just gonna copy paste that here. All the stuff. Now I'm going to just open up package. I'm gonna rename this. Since I don't know where else, because this one has to be replaced, right? We have to make sure that this one and all the right places have the right name. So it's actually compiling and creating the right executables. VanLifeCompass backend. Okay, cool. Swift settings down here, that's fine. That is all fine. So it doesn't say anything about read markdown, and if it does, and it does probably in some places, yeah, look how much. Then we are going to update that, except that this markdown file we don't care about. Proc file we do care about. What is this? DNS setup, we don't care about that. Game log plan, we don't care about this. Probably not. Website launch, probably not. README, that's a different README. README should be VanLifeCompass backend. Do this, do that. Let's check, double check. We have VanLifeCompass like this. Actually, let's do a replace. Find and replace by VanLifeCompass backend. VanLifeCompass. Actually, no, just VanLifeCompass, right? And the zip, sure. That's, we don't need that. It's going to replace the name here. Email. Yep, that's gonna be the right. And then here, that. Testable. We can do all that. Okay. Read markdown. Should be replaced now. Is it still running? Let's try. It doesn't have a database yet. Okay, fails. Cool, we can fix that. Minimum platform version. Just Mac. Let's see. How's Codex doing? Still thinking. Damn. Verify the blank line is needed between environment object and body. Yeah. Environment. Not that one. Yeah, that's why over the last couple of years slowly use Swift UI navigation. Adopt Swift 6, support liquid glass. I'm happy about that. I mean, I feel you. And Xcode 26 was one of my largest changes. Even ended up using a Swift UI tool to make life easier. Swift dependency injection tool. It's currently Monday, 5 p.m. here. Really? 5 p.m. Monday? Where are you? This is like, what is it? It's 2 hours, 19 hours ahead. Very happy to only have a few lines of UI code left in the app. So much more. Your writing code so much slower. Swift UI Store. But Australia, that's what it was. Makes sense. Makes sense, mate. But you said for work, right? It's not your own app. Let me check. It's serving here. No template found for index. You know why? Because it's a new project and we have to edit the scheme. Go here. Say project. Use custom working directory. You gotta set your working directory there for the scheme, and then it's gonna work. And now, if we run it, there you go. VanLifeCompass. One-shot new features. That's absolutely not what we're doing here. But we got the website. We got a website that we can reuse at least. This is a real website, readmarkdown.com, and you can really download a bunch of features that I definitely think I need to integrate here to improve. But yeah, so you can see, you know, and a nice when we set up our server and the DNS records and name servers and stuff like that, and we deploy the app, we can see it working. We can see it resolves properly, and then it's just, you know, small, less work, or not that much work to do and then we can just start testing things. It's doing so much. Look at this. This was before so much. Or to, yeah, exactly. App session store. Yeah, has completed onboarding. Oh, nice. Because that's how I do stuff. How I use. So the view is going to have just view related code, and that's it. And then you have a view model that contains the information that the view needs to display your user interface. But also the view model has logic if the and anything else like or interfacing with the SQL. But SQL user defaults, you don't care. View model doesn't care. Store does the job. Service doesn't care. It just interfaces with the boolean, the value of it. Then the service is just going to provide it to the view model that asked for it, and the view model is being able to toggle a proper what happens under commented out here. Nice view model. All right, we got all this. How the protocol? Okay, you know is it shared? And the enums. Okay, yeah, because we talked about even that he wanted to put everything in one file, so we can just align on everything before we put it in different files. But Codex just did it for us. It wasn't me, but Codex just did it for us now. Why is user defaults keys here and user builder category? So why is this here? Has completed onboarding. Why is app session store? Has completed onboarding. Why is this not in the user defaults key? Yeah, maybe because we want to oversee everything here so we can avoid name clashes. That makes sense. I'm from New Zealand, NZ, but live in Aussie. So my next task is to remove all the XML code from Android. Every view is already composed. Now just gotta do the compose navigation and delete all fragments. Get a sense of that this job or this task is gonna be very rewarding as well once you're done with it. It feels like you're cleaning up stuff. And I like cleaning up stuff. I like to refactor stuff too. I like Kotlin or some cross or working on both in iOS and Android. Let's see, are we done? Where is it? Here, still working. Dude, there's a website, I forgot the link to it, where Codex going for so long for me. Codex. It's like 90% code. Got some commented out code here. We kind of want to keep this. Let's see if Codex is gonna leave that. Oh, I like that. And then we got this. I don't like annotations on the same line. Up until now, it was. And I don't like that you have different length of annotations, and then you cannot skim on one line. For example, here, if this would be published, this would be state. This would start a little bit more left. This would start a little bit more right, depending on the length of the annotation. So it's not all aligned like it is right now. And you know what I mean? And then I cannot just like skim over and then read it properly. I don't know if it's just me, but that's my preference. Still doing. I'm confirming style and syntax app files across the... Oh, now it rings a bell. That term. I'm far more proficient in Android and Kotlin, but been in Swift for a few years now, and my web skills are terrible. You know, fair game. You know, oh dude, tell me, how easy is it to implement, because I would love to implement an SDK for WishKit, and I have a library for every iOS developer to just drop it into their app. You know, it's just a library, you drop it in, one line of code, integrated, full-on suite of feedback board. And I would love to implement that for Android. Do you have any resources that you would recommend for me to easily start just a package? I would love to just, you know, have an Android app maybe for testing the package, but then create a package that is the dependency for this app has a dependency on this package, and then I can just like, you know, show a fragment or a view controller, so to say, with that feedback list. I think I asked that the first time I was here when Android SDK. Oh, see, there you go. You remember this. I don't implement it because I'm really just like serving iOS developers, but at least Android should be also, you know, and it's just an SDK. It could just show the feedback list and the creation view, and that's mainly it. AI could whip that up pretty quick, especially since you have the Swift code. Dude, yes, but I have to probably install Android Studio, and then, yeah, maybe, I guess you're right. Maybe Codex could tell me the steps to do in Android Studio. I should try that. The other day. But I thought, have you ever built a package or library before? Like, do you have an own library of some sort, and maybe even on GitHub? And I can just we can put this, oh yeah. We can open up a new window. Dude, I have no idea about my, you know what? Codex, the Swift code base to comply with the coding guide. VanLifeCompass onboarding resources onboarding config. JSON already shows as modified in Git status. I didn't touch it. I'll do it. Don't you worry, boo-boo. Let's see. Is it still working? Yes. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. Can I just swipe to zoom? I can. And then fully zoomed out. I feel like when you fully zoomed in, it should zoom out more, and the more you zoom out, it should zoom out less. Still working. This one doesn't anymore, but flow. Oh, session is authenticated and session has complete onboarding. Okay, Eamon is working on that. So everything is still working. Now at least it's also organized. Very cool. Assets. Oh, I do wonder if he renamed. Oh yeah, we got the service. He renamed some of the stuff. And then we got the shared models. Action button style. All of that good stuff here. Goal. I don't know that it's an enum or I don't know yet. But yeah, I wonder about this thing. Should that be here? Because that seems out of place. This enum. This enum doesn't have enum cases. It has the keys for the user defaults. Activity model, great. Comma separated, and then here, okay. Git add, git commit, refactored for consistency in architecture and naming. Wow, big. So big. All right, we should be done with this. Let's focus on the back end. Now I'm going to do a new chat. Can you help me make sure this project, which is called VanLifeCompass backend, which, yeah, I think project from another project called Read Markdown, which had let's see, what do you call that? The package name had the package name. Read Mark is now called VanLifeCompass, and VanLifeCompass backend were relevant, and nothing, or put your findings in a findings.md file instead of updating the code base. Let's do that, because that's what this app is meant. Our green light for a code if he's going to find this and outline it in a markdown file, hopefully. And then what do we got here? Actually, my feature branch is pretty yeah, I only wanted to work for Kotlin. Unless you did bugs and stuff that don't work, and it will be easy for me to install Android Studio and test this and see whether it's working as expected, but it's going to be hard on platforms. Looks the way as we expected. API alerts. Oh, that's your organization. Effortless project notification, sent once and deliver everywhere. Okay, cool. GitHub repo Maven. This library is compatible with Java 17 installation. So Gradle sample application Kotlin sample. Oh, damn. Why is that's so interesting? Is there's no UI, right? Because I see just the main stuff here. Let's go back to library. This is probably going to be just all your logic, right? Yeah, logic, your own stuff. Utils, network, resource, result, API, alerts, client, constants. Yeah, you mentioned you didn't do any UI things, so that's just going to be code conforming to stuff and doing stuff like network requests and okay. Also, hey, click to reply. No, I want to copy it. Okay, sure. I'll leave it up here. Unless you did want to support, yeah, we read that one. Okay, here. What did it find? I can't write findings on here because the sandbox is read only. Here's the exact content. Create findings.md now. Just do it. This environment, because why? The file system is read only? Is that file system is not read only anymore? I don't know. I don't think it would. Okay, let's see. The shell command using, okay, fair. For some reason it doesn't create anymore. What's the problem? Let's run this one. Let's run this and sets me. Let's see if it has issues. I can't write. Okay. Okay, then scan the entire code base and investigate why you cannot do that and fix it. So now we're in the whoa. Oh, we're on the wrong thing. Backend. That's not what I wanted. VanLife. I want to do read markdown. Let's do this again. New chat. Create me.md that has hello it's be as content. I don't like that it's it was this one, right? The backend stuff. We have VanLifeCompass backend. Those read writes look the same as read markdown. VanLifeCompass backend. And here, I don't know, it looks to create me.md here with the same content. Oh, my brother's calling me. I think I'm gonna pause the streaming for a moment. Pick up, created MD. Oh, see, now it could. Now it didn't have issues. All right. Why would it have issues? Oh wait, this is the back. Oh, wrong place. Sorry about that. Did I check the right place here? Yeah. Okay, so switched directories. I'm in read-only mode here, so I can't write. How come it's read-only mode here, but not in the other directories when I literally copied into here? So weird. Explain. But basically, wait a sec. It's common main because the network library works on iOS, Android, etc. But it wouldn't be too hard to slap a compose multi-platform public view in there and let the client load it. A composable is equivalent to a Swift UI. Extra work, to be honest. The UI layer, compose, and networking and data stores are all multi-platform these days. But I'm not sure I follow, because you say basically supporting iOS in these Kotlin libraries is not too much extra work. But I don't want to support iOS, right? Because I have already iOS SDK. I want to support Kotlin only. I want an SDK that's just for Kotlin, like for Android, just for Kotlin, right? Is that what you meant? Are we just mixing up things accidentally? Or maybe I misunderstand. It's not about a false content, it's about this. Regardless of what you copied in earlier sessions, the writable routes explicitly included that one, but this session doesn't list. Okay. Oh, I see. You need to run in a workspace write session that includes. Can we add directories. This is sandbox, right? It's about sandbox permissions. Can we add directories to the sandbox permissions when we are switching? So when I start a session inside our directory, I get to have write access. I only have read access to that new directory, correct? Are we able to add any new directory? The directory that we're switching to the sandbox permission. So that we not quite. Write access isn't determined by the directory you start in, it's determined by the session sandbox mode and its writable routes. If the session is read only, no direct. If the session is workspace write, you can only write inside the listed. Okay, can we add new directories on the fly? Not from inside the session. Oh, that's a fixed when the session startable routes. If you want to tell users can down one session open, set writable routes to the initial whatever the user launched from. That at least makes the current project writable. If users might hop between sibling projects, set writable routes to a high level parent. But that's a broader trust surface. Yeah, offer a UI flow that restarts the session when the user switches to a new directory, passing the new. Yeah, this keeps permission tight. Yeah, okay. Based on the code base, do you think it makes sense to start a new sesh when a user switches directories? I think that's what we've every time. Should we switch logic and write project right now? Here we are. Okay, here we are. Scan the code base. Now we're working on this now. This was not intended. I just found a bug while using that. Wait. Here. Slightly complex, but like not trying to self-promote. My app here is built in Compose multi-platform. So it's not using Swift UI, but all the Kotlin code is exported to Swift and it runs natively on Compose multi-platform, bringing our Android apps to iOS. It's hard to use the native Swift directly as we need to write the Kotlin Swift conversion. Oh, that's what you mean? But do you think people are... Wait, you're saying, but if users like me were to use WishKit on a Compose multi-platform, the Kotlin to Swift conversion. All I'm saying is Compose multi-platform devs are Android devs who want to also support iOS. And it's not too difficult to make an Android only lib as a multi-platform lib. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, now it makes sense. I see what you mean. It's a lot of info. No, I understand now. So basically, instead of me just implementing a library, in Kotlin that only really works nice for an Android app, Android developer who only develops for Android, and that code base that he's writing is only meant for Android, and that works perfectly there. But the moment he says, you know what, I want my app also through the multi-platform architecture framework, whatever this is called, also to run natively or be converted to Swift, but then my SDK or my library might break or might not work there or might not compile there because it's not optimized or doesn't configure properly for multi-platform, and then he would run into issues. And I don't know, you can tell me if you can then say, you know what, for iOS don't use that library, only for Android. If I want to, for example, keep it simple, I don't know, maybe it's not much work, as you said, to just say, you know what, just support multi-platform. It's going to run on Kotlin Android perfectly, and if someone happens to also create the same thing but for a different developer. What kind of scan do you gain? Context sesh upon switching, right? Codex session, not Codex content indicator here that tells me in percentage how much I have left. Maybe up here or so. So that means This one highlighted. This one's not highlighted. New window. There we go. This one can go here, here, and then new chat. Hey, write me MD and put hello in there, just to check he has right access. Chat messages and with an add read markdown. What? That's a lot of configs. We don't care. Okay, version number padding. What do we have here? Is same directory. Restart session for directory change. Okay, restart session for directory change. Stop session, start session, add system message. Switch directory, start a new Codex session. Okay. That's it. We fixed some forms. Yeah, that's fine. That's just the app version. That's just okay. So actually, it's just the system. Add system message. Okay. So if we were to do that, launch the app. So we can now restart, and then no here. See, why? Create BMD and put hello in there. And then here we have the issue VanLife backend. This is high. Switch directory, start new Codex. Say earlier. Like this stuff. The thing here. Read markdown. Let's do read markdown. Can you remove the switch logic that we just added? Use git diff to understand that don't touch any other. Back now. Sorry, I missed your reply. Oh, my reply was that I think I understand what you're saying. That actually Android and Android only, and will potentially break or not compile if that Android developer decides to do the multi-platform thing to basically compile for iOS as well, and then my app is, or my SDK is just not optimized for that. And you say that it will be not hard to just turn it into a multi-platform supported SDK where a normal Android developer with a normal Android app only would basically have the same experience, but if he wakes up one day and decides to also compile for iOS through that multi-platform pipeline, whatever, then it will just work out of the box too. And you say there's not much difference or not much work between those two kind of definitions or configurations of the SDK. Yep, that's correct. Yeah, I'll be curious. I'm a huge fan of MVP. So I'm really curious if there's really not that much difference or work to have it either Android only or multi-platform. So changing working directories no longer starts to see it still works, and then I'm just commit what we got here, because what I just introduced is as version here for now, and then say hi, and then we switch to another one after a reply, and it's what was my first prompt? Let's just do this. Get status, remove me, remove app versions. No, delete feature. App versions is there. Yeah, we can keep that, I think. Git add. Do we have a workspace? This one. I want the Xcode workspace. This one. Are we still here? Yeah. Help me add to git ignore. Git ignore and remove from. NZ Mono, what are you up to right now? Everything else I think we can keep. And I wanted to call my brother really quick, really short too. He might be on the way to work and we can just chat. The git ignore entry is already present. I couldn't run git remove due to command restrictions. Okay, sure. I wish I could. I can't copy text from your message bubble. Help me update the code base so I can select the text from either my or your bubble. Let's do that. And let's see, because I'm so lazy to just I could just do git remove -r cached and just do this, right? But we're going to do it the right way. Planning to enable text selection by applying text selection enabled. Yeah, let's see. Enable text selection for both. This is read markdown backend. We're going to do read markdown. Help me add to git ignore and delete from git tracking. So let's see if he can do it. If not, for some reason, even though we switched directories, then yeah. So that's going to be an issue. Someone starts in one directory, switches directory, wants to write files, and then there's going to be restrictions. So we do have to handle it. Notice git ignore is already modified, but missing the required entry. I'll add it. I'm assessing. I see. So yeah, can't do that. Blocks direct deletion commands like git remove. All right, tell me. Just in Android main and the Swift SDK in iOS main with Kotlin to Swift bindings and a common main to call the platform functions. It's quite a pain. Oh, all right. But it's not too difficult for Kotlin devs to make it work on more than just Android these days by not using Android specific code. Just finishing up work. Then, so it sounds to me like when you say it's not difficult for Android developers, that I should have documentation basically outlining how to do it at best in case they don't know how to do it or run into issues. Just finishing up work when I'm gonna jump back onto API alerts coding. Got a huge feature in progress and it's close to working. Are you using AI for that? To help you work on it? Let me see here. Oh, we don't see any. I see. We could actually enable the. I wonder, can I refresh this or is it gonna end the live video? I don't know that. Is it just gonna kill me? No, I'm just still live. Oh, this is same OBS. OBS. Yeah, I mean, you mean Streamlabs. Streamlabs is like OBS, but I like it better because it's simpler. It's already present. See, now we can remove. See, now this is what I wanted. So lazy. Oh no. Wait a second here. Copy, paste, there we go. Did this work? We are not having that be part of it. Great. Okay, new file. Is that cool? It's very cool. Copy this. Is that going to be the copy? Yeah, here. Copy prompt. If prompt fails, I cannot select or copy the text or button is needed to re-ask. Copy prompt. There we go. Upvoted because it's just implemented now. You can now select text from in the chat, just that. I think I'm gonna call my brother for a quick moment and I can put this on be right back. I'll code all of it so far without it, but I'm trialing it, but I'm stopping it from making bad code. It's exactly what I'm doing too. And I feel you saying sadly, because I do feel sad too that I'm not writing my code. AI does like sloppy code, I correct it and I have it add this correct version and the bad example into its skill. So next time when it's generating the code, it does not do that again. But I feel sad too that the craft of coding, you knowing how to code and deeply understanding code and, can reason about it and write it, is to right now not rewarding anymore. Like the way hand is not the smartest decision anymore as of now, right? Anyway, okay, catch you in like a few minutes. I'm gonna call my brother and catch up with him for a moment. He's in Germany, 9 hours ahead, and so want to grab some minutes with him. Na? think 10 minutes are up. I think it was more like 30 minutes or like 3 times 10 minutes or something. In the beginning, I was also checking that my microphone is off. I hope it was off. Otherwise, I just have the whole 30 minutes calling my brother on here. Okay, but where were we? Let's see here. What did we do here? Can you remove the start new session? Okay, no, that's like something we just pushed, right? Okay, so we're done with this and that, and I think the trick is going to be VanLifeCompass backend read markdown. So we got this read markdown issue that when we switch the directory, it's gonna have a new session right now with the write access to here, but if I switch, it doesn't. However, since I'm here, it's gonna save that I was here, so I can now just do that. It's gonna reload this, and now I should be able to say, what is it? Okay, no, exactly. So I copied a project called read mark down, and that also had backend into here and replaced all occurrences of read markdown with VanLifeCompass, but not sure I covered everything. Help me clean this project up. Put your findings into a findings MD, well structured, and well, let's just do that. Let's see if we can do it. If not, I can at least copy the prompt now. The environment for which writing files or asking approval, so I'll use why is that the case? Oh, wait a sec. Yeah, why is that the case? Huh. I would have thought it's, hey, what if we specifically have the read markdown there? Not much is found with the original query. Plan to search for read markdown backend. Checking readme. Read only constraints. I don't know the issue here. It's not good. We gotta fix. I mean, I'm not gonna fix it tonight, but generally we gotta fix it. Joanna's, hey, what's up, man? What time is it wherever you are right now? Are you in Great Britain? Where are you located? Or are you in the United States? United States will be pretty late for you too. What's up, man? If you want, I can also provide exact rename commands or a patch file format. Okay, you know what? I don't like that it cannot. Let's do this for now. This is really not how it should work. Findings.md, bam, bada bim, bada bush, and there we are. Oi. Why? Okay, whoops, exactly. Findings without the backticks. And there we go. Okay. Summary, leftovers, references. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we can do that. Sure. Recommended fix. Test folders and file name still is old project name. Okay. Help me make this a VanLifeCompass project with no leftovers or residues of old project references whatsoever. Let's do this. 9 a.m. Not Netherlands. Might be in SF soon. Where do you live again? Oh, I live in Washington State. I come to San Jose, California every week from Tuesday to Thursday for 3 days. for work, and then I go back Thursday to Washington, and I live here. I work in California, but San Jose is kind of like 1.5 hours away from SF. What are you up to in SF? What's there? Is there gonna be any meetups or conferences? Can't write files in this environment. If you want, I can also produce a fresh findings. I have to make these changes in rerun scan. Why can't he? Let's do. Put this in here for some reason. What's left? And then let's do new chat. Can you create me.md? A new session. Why wouldn't it be able to create a new session? A new. Something's going on. Read markdown. What was it? Work environment? Was that? Right? Dude. This is not how the app works. What's going on? Can you create me MD? Okay. Tell me why you can create me MD in this directory, but not in any other directory I switched to. Is there any hard-coded stuff that only allows this directory for write? Let's find out. Yes, it's sandboxed. I'm only allowed to write inside the current workspace and specific writable routes configured for this session. Right now that includes read markdown plus temp and a temp folder. Any other directory is read only to me. So file creation is blocked here. It's not hard-coded to this one folder, but it is restricted to the allowed writable routes for safety. If you want another folder writable, it has to be included in the session's writable routes. I don't understand. If a user is downloading this app from my website, is he, upon starting this app, only going to have read access? Scan entire code base for context. My team is here. Wendy OS. Hey yo, let me check out Wendy OS again. Wendy, is it wendyos.com or what do you got? You know what's funny? Wendy OS Joannes. Joannes Orlando's. That's you. What's the website? Oh, Wendy SH. Wendy's Shell. The physical AI operating system. Applications for NVIDIA Jetson series, perfect for teams who want speed. Is it open source? Are companies paying for it? Wendy OS, a physical AI OS inspired by mobile development, is a batteries included operating system that focuses on convention over configuration. Coming soon, open source. It is open source. Full access to us and frameworks. How are you making money if it's open source and free? How do you survive? Sponsors? No. Custom Linux distribution based on this specifically optimized for edge computing devices. It provides a minimal, secure, and production-ready operating system for IoT and edge applications. Over-the-air updates, minimal footprint, headless, no UI. Terminal-based only, I think then, right? Optimized for embedded systems, makes sense. Production-ready, developer-friendly. Oh yeah, Joe, I remember you said you're not that comfortable or you're not that experienced in making videos. I was just wondering if there's like a, a YouTube video channel, like a YouTube channel that will just like do stuff with WendyOS. Like today we're going to do this with WendyOS. Just like doing the use cases that are useful and showcasing how you actually do that. Like, I'm going to integrate it or install it here and going to make it do this XYZ. Obviously I'm not your target audience, and I don't know if it's applicable for them either to be watching these videos, but I would love to for me, I would love to see that video to further understand how that actually has a presence in real life beyond of comprehending what the documentation is conveying. Meta WendyOS. Let's see. All open source, not yet. We need services around it. UI is something I have planned for. We don't have that yet. We have example projects, but I want that. The YouTube. I want to make it extremely easy for folks to start. So yes, it's important. The more people that can do this, the better. I was wondering what pain did you came across that WendyOS is solving? What pain did you come across that WendyOS is solving for you? No, your download app is not inherently read-only. The read-only limitation I mentioned earlier is my tool sandbox, not your app. Oh, my tool sandbox. In your code base, I don't see app sandbox entitlements configured, so the app is not sandbox by default. All right. Why I checked? You know what I want to implement? I want to read Markdown response here too. Why I checked? I don't know what I checked. No entitlements. Okay, the app uses NS Open Panel. You already use security scope bookmarks. And so what this means for you is if you ship and don't enable sandbox, the app has normal read-write access like any regular macOS app. If you enable app sandbox, okay, so the only read access behavior is not hard-coded in the app. It's a property of Codex sandbox here. And optionally of whatever. If you want, I can confirm. So when I switch directories and hit the new chat button, for some reason, or should I then have write access in that new directory with you, creating MD files? Tell me, my best friend. No, changing directories in the app or clicking new chip does not change my write permissions. My ability to create files is controlled by the sandbox for this session, which only allows writing in the current workspace and the configured writable routes. Right now that's read markdown and temp, and that temp folder. So if you want me to create me-empty file in another folder, that folder has to be added to the session's writable routes. How can I do that? Answer in chat. Check our top blog post. Basically, it takes 3 to 5 hours of a good developer to get started. Normally, just set up time. We're bringing you time blog. MIT robotics students versus NVIDIA Jetson from 3.5 hours of frustration to 3 minutes with WendyOS. We vibe coded a full YOLO V8 app to an NVIDIA Jetson with Cloud code, no human code written. Why not 4,200%? 42. I almost read Claude Wang. We invited Claude Wang. I have no idea that the entire robotics and physical AI development experience is broken. Oh, interesting. beast, powerful computers that can handle serious errors, but there's a catch. You can buy them, but they effectively come with no operating system. Oi. It's like getting a brand new iPhone, taking it out of the box and realizing it doesn't have iOS. You can't just turn it on and go. Oh, interesting. Okay. So this specific problem, the hundreds of steps required to just get the basic hello world, was the major reason we created this company. We looked at the mobile ecosystem and saw how easy it is to build for iOS and Android. You plug the device in over USB, write your code, and you get debugging and deployment right out of the box. That seamless experience was our North Star. To prove the point, we invited Claire Wang and to run an experiment. The challenge was simple. Get a Hello World application running on an NVIDIA Jetson or a Nano from scratch. So I imagine this, whatever hardware piece, has no OS whatsoever. How are people doing it then normally? What kind of OS did they usually put on there, if any? Or is it just small, small programs piped together to bring something to life? Traditional setup. Hidden shopping list. Kit arrived with no hard drive, no OS, and bare bones instruction. Following the official documentation led her to realization she could not even start without buying more stuff. Display port to HDMI cable. I need that one. Portable monitor, USB I don't have that. A micro SD card setup, marathon. Yeah, that would be frustrating. You buy this and you're kind of like, oh, I'm so excited, it finally arrived, and then you're kind of like, shit, I gotta go to Best Buy and buy more stuff. It's already 10 p.m. They're closed. The Wendy OS way. Claire just connected Jetson to her MacBook. Wendy, I like the name. Our aim, and I think we're pretty close, is to make embedded easier than iOS. NVIDIA Jetson or Raspberry Pi, normally they use the vendor's recommendation. Some Ubuntu Debian base OS. I see. So they have to just install it and have to figure out how to do that themselves. But with Wendy OS, you just install Wendy OS and just have some commands that just like flashes the device or like brings everything onto it, and then you can interact with it basically immediately, almost out of the box. That's what it sounds like. It depends on which app you're using to run Codex. In general, write access is granted by the session writable routes. At chat start, to add another folder, you have to start a new session with that folder allowed. Common ways to do it: if you're using Codex CLI, why are you asking questions you can answer by scanning this code base? This is the app. If you're using graphic user interface, if you control the wrapper, your own app, you need to include the target path in the session's writable routes when you initialize the Codex session. Tell me which app you're using, command line interface versus your app versus something else, and I'll give exact steps. I almost wrote dude, why are you asking? You can answer the questions yourself. I could tell folders only updates the working directories into Codex. New chat just resets the session and restarts Codex. It doesn't change any permissions. No sandbox writable root flags at all. The Codex process is started. Yeah, that's exactly right. So in this app, permissions are not derived from the folder you pick. They come from how the Codex command line interface itself is launched by the host or defaults inside Codex. If you want folder-based write access, you need to add it yourself by storing a list of allowed paths when the user picks a folder, passing those paths to Codex on launch, right, restarting the session so the new routes take effect. If you want, I can implement that path list and argument. Should we just, yeah, we can just, whenever we switch directories, we can start a new session with the, what is it called, writable root flags. Do you recommend in the most simplistic way to pass writable root flags upon directory switch? Answer in chat. Yeah, it's like getting an empty PC, but this time you don't expect to need the peripherals. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Dude, you very always had your own company going. Because that's been already, what, how long is this ago? How long is this ago? 8 years ago, maybe? Yeah, the simplest and reliable approach is to restart the Codex process on directory switch and pass the new writable roots. Then, write permissions are typically fixed at process starts. Let's recommend showing a warning. Actually, let's do that. Okay, let's do that. I don't want to stack feature on feature because I thought, hey, if I have a chat going and I switch my directory, the chat is going to be lost and the user might have not wanted that, right? Maybe continue the chat somewhere else. I thought of adding a warning, hey, you're about to lose your chat, are you sure? Continue or abort. But that's another feature on top of switching and restarting in a step afterwards. You know, make one thing work, push, and then try to work the next thing instead of maybe breaking something. Like first feature works and then you improve it in the same go and it breaks the first feature, it doesn't work well together, whatever. Okay, once we get this going, we're going to do the actual thing that I wanted to do, which is configuring Heroku to deploy VanLifeCompass.com. VanLifeCompass.com. Launching soon. Launching soon indeed. It's a lot of fun, 11 years. I've had a half-year employment in between, but that sucked. I feel you. I mean, you're back to self-employed, so... Half year is not long. It's kind of like, okay, let's try this. Okay, I don't like it. Okay, let's not try this. Alright, modifying content view. Using Swift code guidelines. Okay, I wired Codex to pass the selected folder as the working and restart the coding session whenever the folder changes, so writable roots, update on directory switch. Details, add -c to Codex exec for both new and resumed sessions. Add reset on change to that and no test will run. All right, you know what? Let's try it. We can also check here. Read markdown git diff. New reset unchanged workspace arth, and then did change reset set working directory. Okay, you know what? Whoops. This is it, right? Let's go here. VanLifeCompass backend. All right. Read findings, scan entire code base, check findings, MD again for ACK. Let's see if it has write access. Time flies, doesn't it, dude? They always say it's good old times, but it was really good old. And also the Weber community was. Or generally you could just, build stuff and it felt like a huge achievement. Today, building stuff to me doesn't feel like a huge achievement anymore because you you could just do it in 2 hours. It's not an achievement of I built 1 month and it required me to learn 5 years of deep coding architectures and Swift works in detail to taking off for sure. Oh yeah, dude, I'm so curious. The whole landscape is gonna change now. The whole Cloudbot or OpenClaw, right? On Twitter, how people are giving full access to their machines, to the AI, and just have it just do whatever, and just like, I don't know, like order pizza on a credit card found online that's not even yours, and then you can just eat food for free that's suddenly being delivered to your door. Someone just posted that. That's so. How can you keep up? How do you keep up with that? Unprecedented. Yeah. I don't know. They say that anything about pushing pixels or moving bits is gonna be AI, and anything if you do like physical, like atoms, if you're pushing atoms, it's gonna be okay. Super hard to keep up. I agree. I feel like so behind, and I was so behind on just getting started with AI, with Codex or like using it. I can't edit files in this environment, so you still can't? Why can't you? I thought, is that the right one? Yeah, we only have one running. Still can't do it? Still can't do it. Do we have logging? Logger, yes. Okay, let's do that. Logger. Oh, we don't have a logger? Private static. Oh, okay. Let's write code like a caveman. This is Codex chat service logger. Debug. Starting a new chat session with arguments. Args. Resuming. And then, just before, check out my Cloud Skills repo. I found some good techniques. Okay, let me check it out. One sec. Give me 1 second here. I want to copy this prompt. Restart. And then once I let Codex work, I'll check out your repo. Okay, do that. I don't exactly know, Swift, how to say your name. Oh, look at this. I nailed it. 140 repos, Cloud Skills. Oh, you got Hummingbird skill? What about no vapor? Okay, what about, interesting, Swift Serverless Swift. Tell Cloud it sucks. This is for Cloud, got you, but say it works for Swift, Codex too. Nice. Thinking about isolation domains. Runs on main actor, usually main thread. runs on any available thread in pool. Suspension point. Re-entrance bugs. This typical bank balance account example. It's great. It's kind of like the hello world for actors. We have the re-entrance, and you kind of like you can withdraw 2 times, right? Or deposit 2 times. Unexpected. Expected. 110, 210. Balance plus amount. $110 and then balance after bonus. Okay, I gotta try it out. Let me just put this here so I don't lose it. And then back to Codex. I scanned the repo. The only matches for... Okay, cool, you did that. Great. But that's not... Oh yeah. So why... I'm preparing to read... Wait, we restarted, right? Where are my logs? Starting new session of args C. Yeah. Okay. Here are my logs. Explain how you cannot write in this directory. This is the app I'm using to talk to you. Still, despite the arg-c. Explain it. Whoa. Oh no, what happened? Retry? Is it gonna do anything? Even though the app passes that, to set the working directory, the session is still running under a read-only file system sandbox. That sandbox box writes regardless of the current directory. So C just changes word command would run, but it doesn't grant write permissions. That's why how to get write permissions, dude. Come on. Oh no. Oh, this one. Oh, interesting. Whoops. It's gonna be resume and it's not finding C for resume, huh? Yeah, that's the issue. So resume doesn't even know C. Where is C even here? Wait, I don't see this one. Yeah, can't have that for resume. No need for resume to set it, I suppose, anyway. Alrighty. Okay. Write BMD that says hello. What's going on? Can't write. Now, check out my logs. Starting a new chat. Those are my logs. Why can't you write? right still despite argument of dash c. Bada bim, bada boom, bada bash. Because this session is running in a read-only file system sandbox, if you want me to actually write them, you will need to run Codex with a writable sandbox. Otherwise, if you can rerun with write access, tell me and I'll do it. How to implement that. Actually, this is not gonna. Goddamn. Here, let's do this. Let's go back to read markdown. Alright, you are running Codex with that, but this session is sandboxed with write access only to the roots, read markdown var folder, whatever this is. So even though it changes the working directory, it doesn't grant write permissions. If you want to write in here, you will need to start the session with that directory included in the writable roots. Otherwise, I'll copy the repo into writable roots. How can I copy a directory I don't know into writable? How can I make it so that every time I switch a directory, that Codex can write in that directory? Answer. I guess you can only answer in chat anyway. I guess not in read markdown. You can make Codex automatically gain write access on every directory change in this environment. Write permission is fixed to the initial plus the configured writable roots. Changing directory with C only changes the working directory. It does not expand write permission. What works starts the session with the target directory included in the writable roots, or start Codex from within the directory you want to edit. So it's the or copy move the repo into an writable root. If you want it to write anywhere, you into the sandbox would need to be configured for broader write access. How about on directory change, restart the sesh with cvd of some sort? Dude, help me get write access when switching directories. There's gotta be args to pass somehow, even if it needs a sesh restart. Be more creative. Don't think inside the box. The box, scan entire code base for context. Sometimes it's very, very tunnel vision. Kind of like, oh, we can't do that right now because we're doing this. Yeah, well then, what does it need to make it work? I know we only have the current argument that we're passing in, but how can we make it work? And why did it work before? Config flags. I'll next check Codex chat service. Exactly. Check that. I scanned the codebase and found the Codex launch only passes -C. Using Swift coding guidelines because this app, well, you can write in here. I scanned the codebase. The only place Codex is launched is read markdown, the Codex chat service, and the arguments are hard-coded to this. There's no other sandbox or writable roots configuration anywhere else. and process current directory does not and cannot expand write permissions. What you can do today without changing Codex itself, start the session with a broader writable root. So, or keep your repos on a writable root, or restart Codex. Only helps if it's already within. If you want this app to feel seamless, add a restart session on directory change flow. So, okay. Add a settings field to pass extra Codex at launch. If Codex supports a writable roots flag, if you want, tell me which Codex command flag you're using for. Dude, I don't know. Go find out yourself. Why are you so lazy? I mean, I'm lazy too because I'm not like looking into it, but that's exactly your job, dude. I don't know. I don't even know what half of this means. I didn't spend enough time with that. That's over with. That was like 2 years ago when I would spend time with that. Now it's your job to know this. I dug into the code base. The app only passes these args. Cool. There's no writable root config anywhere. Here's the outside the box fix I found from the actual Codex command line interface help on this machine. Okay, lets you add extra writable roots alongside the primary. Okay, you can pass it multiple times. So the command that fixes your problem is, okay, no guesswork, no mistakes. Okay, still standing with your statement about editor. So the command line that fixes your problem is that. Yes, I verified it directly from the local Codex help output in this environment explicitly lists additional directories that should be writable alongside the primary workspace. So my statement, okay, update code base accordingly then to make writable work in any directory we switch to. See, this is what I mean. So Codex, what did I say what I want? Those are my logs. Why can't you write still despite argument of -c? And then how can I make it so that every time I switch a directory, I said, how can I make it so every time I switch a directory, Codex can write in that directory? This should have been enough, in my opinion, for Codex to say, you know what? Let me work on that to give you the answer. It didn't. You can't. Okay, dude. Yada, 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 yada. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Go find out yourself. Like, why? You know what I want. Why are you not able to just say Codex -- help and investigate, for example, or research online, find it out. And then it does. It's steered by a human, and now apparently found the solution here. And now we can check. If you want this to cover a parent root, so any repo under it is writable without changing directories, say the word and I'll add a settings option for extra writable roots. No thank you. So apparently this is fixing it. So this, let's delete. Create me MD and say hey, hi, hello in there. So you can still read right here, right? We started this app in that directory. There we go. Hey, hi, hello. Now we had issues doing that here. Now create me MD and say, whoa, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Read-only sandbox. Still, I tried to create MeMD, but the environment is read-only, so the write failed. Okay, let me see. What if I go here? Right? Let's go over here. Write, create MeMD that says hi. Create. Oh, so it did work here. Something is wrong with something is wrong with this guy. Can I do this one? Create MeMD and say hi. Okay, wait. Maybe because all of these things I was in there already before. Is there anything new I have not been in? And you know what I mean? Like I already went there with Codex and Terminal and it has access. This one just doesn't. Where else can I go? Wish good examples? I don't know. You know what? Projects new, test me. This one. Touch me. Yes, touch me, exactly. Say hello in me.md. Okay, that's the issue. So any new folder, I can't. How do you solve that? So if I were to go to here and say Codex, this is the prompt. You are running Codex in test me. Since this folder is not version control, we recommend, okay, now that's probably not the issue. Require approval. Allow Codex to work in this folder without asking for approval. Try again. I don't know, new chat. Say hello in me.md. Okay, now it can. Now that we launched it here. Once launched, it can. Is there a way for us to mimic that? That's so interesting. Okay, you know what? We're not gonna spend our time on that right now. I want this one. I want to work on this one. Heroku dashboard, Heroku. No. No, wait. No, yes. I think here. What happened? Oh, I pulled the cable. Is not charging. There we go. Here, read. No, wait. This is read markdown. Okay. Okay, that means maybe I should put it on. Should it be here? Yeah. Create new app. VanLifeCompass backend. Cool. Is that what we call everything else too? Read marked wish good backend. Yeah, let's do that. Common runtime, add this to pipeline. No, thank you. And then connect to GitHub, yes. And then no. Missing a GitHub, yeah. Let's do this one. Okay. Refresh. And now we got VanLife. Repo name. VanLifeCompass backend. Connect. That's how we can do auto deployment. We're unable to access this connected repository in GitHub. Either the repository is empty, the authorization key is not valid, or the account used to connect to GitHub doesn't have access to the repository. I think it's because it's private, I believe. So let me double check how I did this with isn't read markdown also private? Granted access here. And then WishKit backend. I think there was something about setting up something to make it access private repositories, I think. Automatic deploys, yep. Okay. I don't see anything here. What was it? Access? Settings? GitHub, this one? Maybe it's that thing. GitHub private repo access via netrc. The build pack uses GitHub exactly to resolve private repository URLs without putting a specific username or password in the URLs saved in local files. Okay, so if you use this in conjunction requirements, you'll need to make a GitHub authorization token. Here's the curl command you can use. This token may be revoked at any time. Sure. You'll see the, okay, you may also use whatever. Build packs, add that, and then config set that, deploy. Okay. Maybe we should just follow this. This might be the issue. Joannas, if you're still around, maybe you will even remember this. I don't know why I didn't hit this for read markdown. Oh, you know why? Because I think I have an auth. Because wait, is it because of that? No. WishKit has its own organization. Read markdown is part of WishKit, and we have access. That's why I didn't hit that issue. Maybe. I don't know. Because read markdown, I don't believe has the netrc build pack. See, only Vapor. But it's in the same, yeah, I don't know why. I'll just try to do this. Let's do that. See, read mark not VanLifeCompass backend. Heroku build packs. It's gonna say like, okay, which flag app is VanLifeCompass app? No, it is VanLifeCompass backend. Has no build packs. I know. Add this. over here. Run git push Heroku main to create a new release using this build pack. Wait, we still want to add that. My read-only token. Read-only token. Heroku app VanLifeCompass backend config set, and then we want to get the token my read-only user. I enter host for username. Scoped repo node. Scopes repo node GitHub token for Heroku deployments. Okay, and then this one, and then authorizations. But where does it say? URL name. It doesn't specify. This token may be revoked. I'll just create one myself manually, but I'm not going to share that. I'm going to be right back after I have created the token and supplied it, and then actually maybe we can do this. What does that look like? Okay, sure, we can keep it like this. Let me see here. We got the face like that. It's suboptimal, but it's working, at least. And then the chat might be able to be moved. Maybe. And then we got the chat box, maybe? Where was it? Ah, that one. Okay. Anyhow, that should be fine. Alrighty, let us... I haven't checked on YouTube at all the entire time either. For the chat. Alright, that seems good. And then on X, seems like it should be fine too. Yeah. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, so let's do really quick. I'm gonna create an auth token for VanLifeCompass. We're gonna go to settings and then deploy keys. No. Where is it? Advanced security? It's not deploy keys. Where is it? Secrets and variables. GitHub apps. Webhooks, environment, pages, custom properties, code and automation. Collaborators and general. You know what? Maybe it should be a specific repository, the backend, and then second settings. Why can't I find it? Where is it? Some settings on this page can't be changed because of VanLifeCompass policy. We recommend GitHub apps instead. The book is used. No, that's not it. Advanced security. No, this is not it. Organizations. Let's try. Ayo. No. Let's go to WishKit. WishKit backend. WishKit backend. API. Settings. Secrets and variables. No. Am I blind? Security. No. Is it my own settings? If I go to my own settings, maybe it's not project based then. Maybe I just need to developer settings, personal access token, classic one, generate a new token. Let me see here. WishKit Heroku full access. Yes. Readman Markdown Heroku full access. Where did I set up that stuff? Why does Read Markdown have full access? I mean, sure, why not? But okay. We're gonna call this VanLifeCompass Heroku full access. Never expiring. Full control. Delete packages from GitHub package. Yeah, I don't care. Full control of orgs. Whatever. Admin. Sure. This and that and this and that. And read users. Delete repo? No. Yeah. Read project. Yes, of course. Of course. Expiration tomorrow. Now we got this token. Let's set this token. Warning, app is not a Heroku command. Did you mean apps? Maybe. I don't know. How am I supposed to know? Heroku build packs says that after I do this, I say Heroku config set, but Heroku apps. Sure. All right. Did you mean apps? So then, what if you say config set Heroku config help? Set one or more config bars. Yeah, but for what? Flags required for app to run command against. Okay, so that's the thing. App equal like this. No. Codex. Whoops. Yo. Project. VanLifeCompass. VanLifeCompass backend. Codex. Yeah, update. What am I doing wrong? then going back to, yes, what am I doing wrong with this? It has to be after that maybe. Okay, let's do it the other way around then. So we're going to do I asked Codex, here's my command, including my GitHub auth token. What am I doing wrong? And then it says, you just posted a live GitHub token. That's the main issue. Well, little do you know, VanLifeCompass changed a few characters there. Let's do that. Oh yeah, that worked. Cool, cool, cool. Setting GitHub, restarting VanLifeCompass backend, done. All right, let's see if we can connect now. Let me refresh. See and deploy. Is it connected? We're unable to access this connected repository. Either repository is empty. Oh, either it's empty. It is kind of empty. That's true. Let's just untracked files here. Touch. Git ignore. Git ignore. I can let you see that again. Here we go. Git ignore echo.ds store into git ignore and well, proc file in findings. I guess remove findings. What else do we got? Swift package. Why do we need that? Do we need that at all? I'm not sure, but maybe it also doesn't hurt. Okay, git add. Oh, it's not even oi. You know what? It's not even a directory here. Not even a git repository. So let's do all of this and no, we don't need to do that. We just need to do git init. Reinitialized, and then we say git add everything, and then we say this. Oh, why is it original release now? That's so interesting. Are we not saying main anymore? Let's see if any auth tokens. Oh well. Let's see now. Over here. Refresh. Because the connection worked. Oh yeah, see? That was probably enable automatic deploys from GitHub. Every push to the branch you specify here will deploy. Yes, please. That's exactly what we want. Okay, let's see. Is it gonna kick off something? Hey. And then we're just gonna say deploy branch. Let's see if that's gonna work. It's gonna have I think a Heroku domain of some sort. Oh, just now? That's too quick. We're not deploying properly. We're not deploying properly. So what did we miss last time? We got the proc file. We're missing, the Vapor build pack. That's what we're missing. Vapor codes. It doesn't know how to treat that project. Get started. and then we go to deploy Heroku, and then we're going to say this one. Could remote, yeah. And then app VanLifeCompass backend. Do that for me, please. Build pack set. Next release on VanLifeCompass backend will use Vapor. Yes. That's perfect. Deploy and deploy. Now, you saw how quick this one went? It's just like using a netrc build pack, generated some stuff, compressing 12 megabytes, launching, released version 4. Here you can access it here. I don't think so. Now you're gonna see all the package, yeah, downloading Swift. See, building Heroku 24. And then after that, it's gonna fetch all the dependencies. A gigabyte downloaded. That was quick. And now we're fetching all the repository, like the dependencies. So that deployment now should work, and we will see the link. So while we're doing this, how about we go to GoDaddy and are going to update our name servers to point to Cloudflare, or basically, I don't know if you can say point to Cloudflare, but basically set the name servers of VanLifeCompass.com to be the same as read markdown, which is the ones from Cloudflare. Let's see here. DNS setup? No, not DNS. Where is here? DNS? No, it's not DNS. Quick search. Name server. Network traffic. Those are, Cloudflare name servers. Every DNS zone on Cloudflare is assigned a set. Yeah, okay, this is what we're looking for. But we're looking for, we can onboard a new domain, and that's going to be VanLifeCompass.com. Quick scan for, yeah, do that, VanLifeCompass.com. Instruct app, sure, do that for me, please. And then here, domains here. Free, select plan. I want free. Pay yearly, pay monthly. I think we don't need it paid. I never used paid. And then here, I don't want to do that. Go to connect. No, I want the quick manage domain, the quick settings. We're doing two things at the same time here. We want to have a DNS, now the name servers here somewhere. Overview, there must be manage DNS. Maybe it's under DNS. Name servers here. We're going to change the name servers, and then here, let's see. Almost ready to proxy. Continue to activation. This all looks not good, but delete your other. Exactly, that's what we're going to do. Update your name servers to activate Cloudflare. This is the last step to allow Cloudflare to speed up and protect your web traffic. Log into your DNS provider. Most likely your registrar is GoDaddy. Thanks for finding out that. Replace your current name servers. Replace with these. Happily so. I'll be happily doing that. Thanks, GoDaddy. But I only used you to buy domains, not to host them or resolve them. By clicking continue, you consent to yes. Cool. So we got that sorted out. That means now we don't need to do anything else here, because now, like the DNS records, name servers determine where your DNS is hosted and where you edit or delete your DNS records. Here, I don't think we care for any of this anymore. Let me double check with view all. Let me double check here, because I didn't change anything for read markdown after I updated the name servers, because oh look, it's all gone. Exactly, are managed by us, because the name servers are going to be the ones who manage your DNS records. So once that is the case for VanLifeCompass as well, we don't need to do anything about these DNS records. They're just gonna go poof. There we go, gone. Bye-bye, thanks GoDaddy. Now that we're done with this, I updated my name service. Yes, I did. Waiting for your registrar to propagate your name servers. We are verifying. Check name servers now. Please wait a few hours for an update. What? This doesn't take this long. And then we want to set the same stuff that we do for, where's this? This is read markdown, exactly. We want to do the same thing here. Set, we don't care for pay or domain connect. We didn't do any of that. We want to replace the CNAMEs for readmarkdown.com and www. Same things for VanLifeCompass, and point it to here. Either Heroku's instances, like the application. Let's refresh, let's see. Nice, it worked. Not a couple of hours. And now the next step is go to DNS to verify your existing records and configure proxy status. Yes. And we're going to enforce, see, this is wrong. This is all wrong. This is all wrong too. We don't need any of these A records as far as I know. Goodbye and goodbye. Delete 2 records. Yes. And now we are back to, we have underscore to this www, this should not be proxied. No. I don't know. I'll keep it at auto. I think this is for updating the or checking the DNS record, whether, what is it called? Time to live controls how long each record is cached by resolvers, auto 5 minutes. Exactly, so when we change it, then the name server that we're on, which is the resolver as far as I understand, will not immediately pick up the change only after like 5 minutes. And if I wanted to do like 1 minute because I'm impatient, I'll be like, hey, do it every minute. I want to see my changes immediately. So next is we need to update www and VanLifeCompass.com. And it doesn't even exist yet here. So we got 2 oranges, that's fine. And we have only 1, that's DNS only. But we also need this. This one. This is going to be a flattened CNAME flattening. And we can double check on Heroku how that looks like for read markdown and copy that, because I just did that recently, and copy the same approach for VanLife. In the meantime, it's already deploying. Now let's see here, settings, we're going to do this SSL certificate, and then read markdown is going to introductory, not here, here. Am I still live? Let me double check. Twitch. We are. And we have also sound on. Great. Good. And then X. Imagine I'm talking the whole time and you cannot hear me. Let me see. Okay. Instagram. Also working still. Alrighty. I don't see any comments coming up here, right? Yeah, no comments coming up here. YouTube, double checking YouTube really quick. Bear with me. Here we go. Cool. You know what? You get to hear cool music. I don't. Now, here we got for read markdown introductory, and for www synthetic. So www is going to be synthetic, readmarkdown.com introductory. That means we go back to VanLifeCompass backend settings, configure SSL, automatic certificate management, yes, thank you. And then here it's gonna be vanlifecompass.com, vanlifecompass.com, like this. DNS target is gonna be that. Is that gonna be the full? Yeah, the full thing. Cool. Then we're going here, and we're going to add a new CNAME record, root for this. No proxy auto, that's fine. That one is gonna be a CNAME flattening. Back to domains, add another one, and that's gonna be only, not only, but vanlifecompass.com, vanlifecompass.com with www. Copy all of that and update this guy to target. Wait, yeah, it should target the exactly. And then we will have down here somewhere. Where was it? We can update that, refresh that. Where was the forced? Because how many entries do we have here? We have more entries here than there. Oh, interesting. Why are the name servers listed for VanLifeCompass, but they're not listed here for read markdown? But we're doing the same thing. We are doing the same thing. GoDaddy. In the meantime, we can get rid of that, and Ace, because that one worked. Okay, cool. If you go to www.vanlifecompass.com right now, you'll be able to access this page right now. This is working now, it's live, deployed, and resolves properly. But, if we go to just VanLifeCompass, this is not working yet. Let's see. Refresh. Right. It may take some time before you see the status updated. Right. Let me see on GoDaddy for read Markdown in parallel. Oh, we could have hit manage. That's the same thing. DNS, name servers. Yeah, we got the same thing going here. Forwarding, I don't think we have anything here. Nothing here. It's all done by Cloudflare. And then if we say VanLifeCompass, it's got to be the same thing. All done by Cloudflare. Domain. Boy. Okay, and then here, DNS. No forwarding whatsoever. Name servers, yes, Brianna and Patrick. That looks good to me. And then here, now it's working. Okay. Just took a minute. Hey. There you go. Even without www. See that? And if we do HTTP, it's forced HTTPS. I don't remember setting it yet. See, it's not forced. Now we are not secure. We got to do that. That's one last thing. Where do we do that? Overview. Unlock auto. No. Let me check here. Was it here? Traffic served over TLS. This is just saying things. Settings. Enable. No, we don't need security there. Where was it? Force. Security. Overview. TS, it is top level. It gotta be this somewhere. Edge certificates. Manage and purchase SSL certificates. Plan, whatever. Enable the latest version. Automatic HTTPS rewrites. Automatic HTTPS rewrites helps fix mixed content by changing HTTP to HTTPS for all resources or links on your website that can be served via HTTPS. This is what we want for VanLifeCompass. Edge certificates, and it must be not enabled, must it? Create configuration rule. Where is it? Here. It is enabled. Configuration rule. Redirect from HTTP. Yeah, this one. Let me see here. Do we have that? redirect routes based on hostname to root. I thought we had it set up. Let me double check here. Edge certificate. What is the difference? No difference here. No difference there anywhere. Is it just not working because of what? HTTP read markdown.com. This is doing it. VanLifeCompass.com. Oh, now it did it. Okay, so it's doing it. This looks secure. It just has to refresh the cache. VanLifeCompass.com, but HTTP. Is there gonna be a rewrite? Come on, this doesn't look like it's gonna do that. No, it's not doing it. Okay, you know what? At least it's deployed. I don't understand why. Preview template. I didn't do any of that here. Client certificates, origin server. No. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Quick overview between block AI training bots, block on all pages, do not block, allow crawlers. I don't know. I don't know about that. Interesting. Okay. Interesting security under here. Okay. Data is encrypted. You can customize how it's handled with rules and workarounds. Yeah, man, but okay. Let's just leave it like this. Okay, that was the goal for now. I think by the time tomorrow we will have see, it's not even doing that for, it's gonna do a private browser. Yeah, and even this without it too. Okay, good. It's something. Let me see. Okay, cool. Hey, server is set up, auto deployment is set up. Database is not set up yet, but that's okay. We can do that next time. This one has now. I don't think we need that stuff here. Okay, cool. I think it's good progress. Alrighty, I'm gonna go to bed. It's 1:30 a.m. and I got work to do tomorrow. Maybe I should do some work right now. But at least we got the server deployed, and now I can get to set up the database and do some migrations and communicate between the front end and back end, and get some more features done. But I can stream it again, maybe tomorrow. So if you don't want to miss it, then follow me, subscribe.